Hey guys, so this is my second video on this channel, and a lot of you seem to respond really well to the first video, which was my life story talking about how I went from a drug addict to a successful entrepreneur and content creator. And I want to make videos that help people kind of do what I did or something on a similar level. And teaching people how to code, it felt like a calling, and I want to expand on that and offer more to people that may not be interested in software development and technology. And I know everyone's different, so there's no step-by-step guide to being successful that's going to work for everyone. But one thing that I really believe is kind of a universal truth is that one of the biggest keys to success is finding something that you love to do, that you have a passion for, and monetizing it. So build a business from it, build a product, or just build a career from it, even if you're working for someone else. And I have a video on motivation planned, but I want to kind of talk a little bit about that. So there's two types of motivation. There's intrinsic and extrinsic. Extrinsic motivation comes from external rewards like money, praise, or avoiding negative consequences, where intrinsic motivation comes from within, and it's the drive that you get from doing something because you enjoy it or you find it meaningful. And I was reading how intrinsic motivation lasts much longer and allows you to kind of push through failures and tough times that you're going to have, where extrinsic motivation can die off relatively easy and it's not as strong. So I think finding something that you love to do, it really keeps you motivated. And I know the words motivation and passion, they're kind of like self-help buzzwords, and they can get kind of annoying because by themselves they're very vague and kind of don't mean much. It's really the hard work and putting things into action and into practice in the real world that makes the difference. However, I do think that motivation, passion, things like that, they're stepping stones to that, to building stuff in the real world. So when I was dead broke and just getting clean off of drugs and about to have a kid, I didn't do what a lot of people in that situation do, which is just go and find any job I can, especially with a criminal record for drugs and theft. I decided to do something different, and I always had a knack for technology, so I decided to kind of run with that. And it took me a while to find exactly what niche in technology was right for me, but once I found it, I just fell in love with it, and that's software development. And I know a lot of you guys followed me here from Traversy Media, which is a software development channel. So I know a lot of you have that same passion, but this video is not about software development. I know that a lot of other people that aren't developers can't even see how it's possible to be passionate about writing code. It looks very boring to many people. My wife tells me all the time. So it's not about that. I think the first step to this is finding your thing. You know, what's the thing that you can talk about for hours without getting bored? Maybe it's, or do for hours. Maybe it's writing or art or fitness or gaming. If you don't know what it is yet, and I'm sure a lot of you don't, that's okay too. So start by experimenting, with different hobbies or things that make you curious. And the key is finding what truly makes you happy, what makes you feel happy and fulfilled. You may go to the gym a lot. What about being a fitness instructor? Or if you're creative with art and stuff like that, start creating your own products and selling them. Even if it's like streaming video games. I know that sounds like a pipe dream, but so is being a YouTuber for me. And I know some of you struggle with depression, and that's one of the biggest issues for someone with depression, which includes me. I was diagnosed long time ago, decades ago. And finding enjoyment in things is a big kind of symptom of depression. I'm really lucky that I found something. It took me a while. I remember being a teenager in early 20s and didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. I wasn't interested in anything. But just experiment with new things, and that alone can help your mental state. So second, once you find that thing, learn the skills, spend as much time as you can mastering your craft. Not only that, but find a way to be unique and separate yourself from others. So for me, I'm not the best developer. I'm not the best programmer. There's plenty of people that watch my other channel that are better developers than me by far. But I found a way to establish myself as kind of a blue collar type of teacher that doesn't use all the tech jargon and can relate to people on a level that a lot of other, I guess, nerdy types can't. And I don't mean any disrespect by that. Nothing wrong with being a nerd. But my point is, don't just become good at something, separate yourself from the others and be different, be unique. Also, to monetize something, you have to create value. And that can mean solving a problem for others, teaching people something they want to learn, or providing entertainment. There's a lot of ways that you can create value. If you're a developer, if you're a coder, you could build websites for small businesses. If you're into fitness, you could start creating workout plans or nutrition guides. But yeah, so you also want to find the right audience. No matter what you're passionate about, there's an audience for it. And the internet has made it easier than ever to kind of reach people who care about the same things that you do. And platforms like YouTube and Instagram and Patreon, Etsy, they're full of people making money by sharing what they love. And just find where your tribe hangs out and get involved. Lastly, be willing to pivot, because sometimes that thing that you love doesn't always make you money right away, or you might realize that what you thought was your passion isn't really working out. So don't be afraid to pivot and kind of change things up. You know, the journey, it's about learning what works for you and adapting along the way. And things will go wrong. You're going to have failures. I'm not one of those YouTubers that's going to bullshit you. You will fall. It's just a matter of, are you willing to get back up and go back to work? So it sounds kind of corny, but I really like the quote, "The road to success is paved with failures." It's very cliche, but it's also very true. And I hope you guys understand that I'm not just making videos like this for the hell of it, just to get clicks and views. My goal for this channel I don't even care about making money with it. I truly believe this because I've lived it, and it's exactly why I wanted my first video to be my life story, because I was at one of the lowest points you can be in life, which is dope sick, withdrawing from drugs in a jail cell. And now I'm in $1 million house, and it feels cringe to say that, but it's true. And the one thing that I know is, if I didn't find something that I truly had a passion for, and if I didn't find something that I loved and wasn't able to monetize it, I wouldn't be here. So don't base your career choices or what you want to do on things like the average salary or the demand. I'm not saying don't take those things into consideration, but if you choose a path just based on that and you don't love what you do, you're only going to get so far, in my opinion. And of course, there are outliers and other variables, but I would say just as a general statement. And even if you did make a lot of money doing something that you hated, is it really worth it? Do you want to get up every day and do something you don't even like? So just something to think about. And I think that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.